Coach, can you take us through that last shot that Ochai got on the curl and just that whole play, the sequence leading up to it?
Well, we ran it earlier in the game when there was 2 seconds left on the shot clock. I don't know if you guys remember. And it was so well scouted. And when I called it out from a distance, everybody knew what it was. And, of course, Chris and his staff, they told them exactly what was going on. The advantage we had this time is that nobody heard what we called because I could just kind of just tell them what to run because everybody's right in front of me and their bench couldn't see or anything. So if you go back and watch the tape, and I haven't seen it yet, but Ochai couldn't have been more wide open for an uncontested dunk. But they did a great job on Marcus on the ball with high hands, and he said he was nervous to throw it because he didn't think he could get it over it. And then somehow or another, we miss him on the easy pass, and then Marcus finds him perfectly on a hard pass, and Ochai is able to squeeze it in. I mean, unbelievable play. And it was fitting. If we were going to win the game, it was fitting that Ochai made the play to win the game because that was probably as an efficient a game maybe that anybody has played for us in a long time against a team that really guarded, and their emphasis was to guard him. So really happy for Oach.
Bill, had you anticipated that you might go to zone at all? What went into that decision?
We didn't think that David was a good matchup guarding Shannon, and so and he wasn't. So instead of switching 5, we thought that we would just try a zone. And I got to be honest with you, we put in a really, really bad zone when practice first started, and about 3 days ago killed it and said, let's just play an old-fashioned 2-3. And we practiced it maybe for 7 minutes. And so the guys went out there and played it. So that was pretty good. And even though they still scored some baskets, and obviously Shannon made 2 huge threes against it. But what it did was it kept them off the free throw line because they were in the double bonus with 8 minutes left. So I don't know that they shot free throws again in the double bonus situation. Maybe once when we fouled Shannon, but when Jalen did. But I thought that's what it did, and it got them to stand. And then it wasn't great, but it was good enough. And then at the end, we went small, and I thought Jalen did a really good job on Shannon, forcing him right and making him take a hard shot there.
Did you talk to or say anything to Christian after the game just about that late offensive rebound?
I didn't say anything, Scott. That's probably a pretty good deal. I pointed out some plays, but him keeping that ball alive was one of the very best plays. I mean, that's what winners do. When and Christian was not effective at all today offensively. He didn't have his A game offensively, but he still gets 10 rebounds and does some things that we need him in the game because he can stretch it. But that was a great effort by him to give us that second opportunity.
What was the degree of difficulty on Jalen's block at the end of the game?
I don't know. You guys saw it better than me. I don't have any idea. I just saw it once and saw it live, so it looked like to me it was pretty good defense.
Can you talk about Ochai's efficiency? What sparked that for him? Just maturity, or what do you think it is that not only allowed that tonight, but also this whole start that he's had to this season?
Well, I think that he's a really good player, and he's playing to his talent level more so. And he had the one bad game by his standards against Creighton where he got a goose egg. And other than that, there's no question he's been our most consistent performer. Jalen's been our best player in some games, but Ochai's been our most consistent performer across the board. And I thought that I just think he's more confident. And, when he shot the ball tonight, it looked like a pro jumping up and shooting it. I mean, it looked like it was going in. And he drove it. And, he made the one terrible play in transition. I don't know what he was doing when he came down and threw it to him and gave him a layup. And somehow or another, he turned that bad pass into a block shot that saved us 2 points. And those are the type of plays that you can CB's play, saving the possession on the rebound. Those are the type of plays that make seasons. And I'm not saying this makes our season by any stretch, but it certainly gives us a chance to maybe win a game or two that maybe the odds weren't in our favor.
Are you guys a little bit better defensively than you would have anticipated this year, just given how different the personnel is?
I think that we're okay defensively on the perimeter. I think that our pivot position can become a better defender as far as discouraging and keeping guys from attacking the rim. But I do think, sometimes when I say that, that makes it seem like that Mitch and David aren't good defensively. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that's an area that I think that we can get better in to improve us defensively. We're not great at guarding the ball at times, but we seem to be getting a little bit better at it. So and they're not easy to guard because they, McClung and Shannon can really put their head down and drive it. But I thought that for the most part we did a pretty nice job, and you hold the team to 32% in their own building. That means we were at least doing some things right.
Hey, Coach Self, we know the good shooters want the ball at the end of the game to get the winning basket. Do you feel that kind of same way personally when you get to draw up a play there at the end? You're very proficient at it. You've been successful at it through your entire career. What goes into that, and do you kind of salivate when you get the chance?
That's probably a little strong, but I do enjoy those moments. But to say that we got our best shooter a shot at the end, that would be the biggest exaggeration ever. We missed our best shooter for an uncontested lob, and then we had two really good players make great individual plays that really wasn't anything that we drew up. Marcus with a great pass and Oach with a great catch and finish. So that was not coaching, that was players. So I do think that I can't remember. I think we scored a couple of out of bounds plays, but there was nothing easy going on out there tonight. Everything was difficult.
Are you talking about that Santos Silva standing in the middle of the lane when you ran that play for Oach, the lob play?
Yeah. Well, that was the last play of the game. I mean, he was wide open, but Mark couldn't get it to him, I think, because whoever was guarding the ball was bouncy and active. So, and then somehow he got it to him after he missed him on the lob for the layup.
No, I'm talking about it was in regular offense where you guys run the kind of backdoor play for Ochai. Silva's kind of up in the lane.
He was wide open.
Okay.
I mean, now I wasn't talking about that, but now that you ask, I mean,
yeah.
Oach was wide open for the lob on that play too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, wide open, and we just didn't get the ball to him. We're not a good lob team yet. We got some things we got to tighten up, but no, he was certainly open on that play, and we just missed him.
Got time for one or two more.
Hey, Coach. In the long stretch of things, you changed the lineup from big to small. The one player that stood out was Harris. What would you say was big keys that he had in this game?
Oh, I thought. Well, first of all, DeJuan, he played 23 minutes, and they really tried to take advantage of him by posting him, but it really didn't work out. I mean, I think they got him once or twice, but it didn't really work out. Probably like what they thought, just like we thought we could take advantage of them by when they switched, and it didn't work out near as well as what we had hoped. But I thought DeJuan, just being a ball mover, didn't do anything spectacular, and all he does is, other than Oach's shot at the end, he maybe makes as big a shot as there was in the game. So I thought he played great. Of course, I love his game. I know that he's got to become more aggressive and do some things better, but he's definitely getting better, and he at least allowed us to rest Marcus during the key stretch, and that's when we probably played about as well as we played. Whenever Marcus was on the bench and Juan was running everything.
Hey, 30 conference opening wins in a row. I know they're not all yours, but a lot of them are. But hard to even imagine that, 30 in a row.
Yeah, I didn't know. I had no idea on that. They told me that after the game. Q told me that, and Chris confirmed it. But I don't know how many of those are away from home, because winning at home is a big deal, obviously. But you kind of have an advantage winning at home sometimes. But because of your crowd, of course, not this year. But winning on the road, if you split it in half and it's just 15 times on a row, that's a remarkable number. And we've got a lot of numbers like that. This is 18 on the road in a row. So that's that's something that, you know, I don't know if anybody in America could say they have a stat like that.
All right. Thanks, Coach.